Welcome to the deep dive. We don't just scratch the surface here, we really plunge right in. And today we're doing something a bit different, a really unique deep dive into the power of words. Specifically, how a good story, a compelling one, can lodge new ideas, new vocabulary, deepen your memory so they actually, stick. So our mission is to explore 12 key words from 504 absolutely essential words. And we'll do that using this thriller narrative, Detective James, and the essential word mystery. Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to being better informed, packed with some surprising facts, and real insights into language itself.
That's exactly right. It's about moving beyond just, well, memorizing lists. These words aren't just like definitions on a page. They're tools, powerful ones, for describing things, for telling stories people remember. So yeah, we're going to join Detective James on this pretty intense night he's having. And by the end of this, you won't just recognize these words. You'll really get their feel, their nuance. You'll be ready to use them confidently.
Okay, let's get into it. Picture this. The story kicks off on a really frigid night. And we don't just mean cold. Frigid is, it's harsher than that, right? It implies this kind of intense, almost hostile cold that seeps into everything, a bone-chilling cold that makes you physically stiffen up. It sets this mood of, well, fear and isolation for Detective James straight away.
Exactly. And that's the power of a word like frigid. It comes from Latin, meaning to be cold or stiff. You can almost feel that rigidity, that unwelcome feeling it describes. It immediately creates this unsettling atmosphere. Suggests a stark environment, maybe even an emotional one. It just hits harder than saying chilly or freezing. It's a word that makes you, pull your coat tighter.
Yeah, that deep cold definitely sets a grim stage. And on top of that, the weather itself was just dismal. Think heavy, dark clouds just smothering everything, bringing this feeling of sadness, of gloom. A dismal day isn't just bad weather. It's that feeling deep down where nothing seems cheerful or bright anywhere.
And it's interesting how dismal isn't just about the sky, is it? It sort of paints the whole scene with this emotional color. It suggests this pervasive, oppressive gloom that really weighs on your spirit. It subtly gets you, the listener, ready for something bad to happen by kind of putting you in that same gloomy headspace. It casts the long shadow, that word.
So Detective James is heading towards this old, isolated cabin, and he just feels this heavy sense of peril. Now, this isn't just standard danger, is it? What makes peril feel so much more, immediate?
That's a really good point. Danger could be something far off, like a warning sign. But peril suggests you're already in it. You're facing a serious immediate threat right now, often with no easy way out. It signals high stakes, serious consequences are right there looming. It forces you to confront it. So for James, every step towards that cabin felt like walking deeper into trouble he couldn't avoid.
Right. And when he finally gets that creaky door open, his hands are freezing, obviously, but also tense. They feel totally numb. We know what numb means physically, losing feeling. But is there something else going on here given the fear?
Oh, definitely. Numbness here, I think it's more than just the cold. The story suggests it's also this kind of chilling detachment, almost like his body's shutting down some inputs to cope with the fear and the intense focus needed. It's like his mind is so locked onto the situation, the physical sensations get pushed aside, which ironically might sharpen his focus in other ways. It's sort of the body bracing itself.
And inside the cabin, it gets worse. There's something truly chilling waiting for him. Right there, in the middle of the room on the floor. A corpse. Using that specific word, corpse, for a dead human body. It just hits differently, doesn't it? It feels so blunt, almost clinical.
It really does. Dead body is literal, sure. But corpse has this detached clinical weight to it. It kind of strips away the personhood, makes the discovery feel even starker, more impersonal, which is probably important for a detective needing to stay objective. And what's interesting here, too, is that the corpse was, as the story says, clumsily hidden. The killer actually tried to conceal it.
So deliberately hide it.
Exactly, to deliberately hide something from view, not just accidentally cover it up.
Yeah.
And the fact they failed, that it was clumsy, tells James something crucial.
That they were rushed.
Precisely, in a desperate hurry. So that failure to conceal properly, it becomes a clue in itself.
Okay, so James is taking all this in, the body, the room, and he gets this overwhelming sense that there's a sinister force at work here. That feels like more than just plain evil, doesn't it? What's the specific feeling sinister brings?
Yeah, it's got this creeping quality. Sinister often hints at a hidden malevolence, maybe even something intelligent behind it, something subtly disturbing that's working under the surface. It's less about, say, a monster jumping out and more about this underlying feeling of menace, an insidious intent that just makes your stomach tighten. It sort of whispers a warning, doesn't it? That feeling that something truly dark and uh, ill-intentioned is happening or about to happen.
Right, so it's not just what you see, but what you feel might be lurking. Like a bad omen. That definitely ups the tension for James. And then, bam! Out of nowhere, this loud, sharp sound rips through the quiet from down the hallway. A terrifying shriek. That's not just any scream, is it?
No, not at all. A shriek is very specific. High-pitched, piercing, often sounds almost involuntary. It usually comes from really intense, sudden emotion, like extreme pain or terror, maybe even wild excitement, though probably not here.
Right. Terror seems likely.
Yeah. It communicates this raw, urgent feeling that a simple scream or cry might not capture. It tells James instantly that someone or something is in deep, fundamental distress.
And in that split second, facing this unknown horror, James feels that primal urge, the temptation to just run, get out of there. But he fights it. To tempt. It's more than just wanting something you shouldn't, right? It's about that powerful pull, that inner fight.
It really captures a core human struggle, I think. Temptation is about that strong internal conflict, the lure of doing something forbidden or maybe just easier even when you know it's wrong or cowardly. It really highlights the strength, the willpower needed to overcome those impulses, especially when the stakes are life and death like they are for James right then. It's more than a choice. It's a test of character.
So James pushes past that fear, draws his weapon, moves towards the sound. End of the hallway, there's this small, rundown room. And inside, an old man just trembling with fear. He's reclined on a broken chair. Now, recline usually makes you think of comfort, relaxing, but here, it paints a totally different picture, doesn't it?
It's a really interesting use of the word. Yes, recline means leaning back, lying down. But in this scene, it's definitely not about comfort. It actually highlights the old man's vulnerability, his weakness maybe, or maybe just a desperate attempt to find any kind of rest or stability in this awful situation. He's slumped, not lounging. It almost makes you feel the precariousness, like the chair itself might give way.
James, doing his job, asks the old man what he's doing there. And the old man, surprisingly steady despite the trembling, says, I have inhabited this cabin for years.
Yeah.
Inhabit, that's stronger than just saying I live here, isn't it? What does it imply about his connection to this place?
Inhabit really establishes a deep, long-term presence, a connection. It's a word we use for creatures or people who've made a place their home, settled in, usually for a long time. It suggests familiarity, a history with the place, maybe even knowing its secrets, which, for James, could be vital information. This old man hasn't just stopped by. He belongs here.
And then, despite everything, the old man makes this surprisingly bold statement, almost like a challenge. He says, I'll make a wager with you that the killer is not from this village. They are a stranger looking for something.
A wager? That's more than just a guess, isn't it? Feels like conviction.
Exactly. To wager implies a real level of certainty, a willingness to, put something on the line because you're confident in your belief. Here, it's not like betting on a game. It's the old man offering James a crucial piece of insight, a new direction for the investigation. He's basically staking his credibility on this hunch. It's a powerful moment, really. Shows trust, offers a lead, and James, you can bet, takes notice immediately.
So there you have it. A deep dive into 12 essential words from that bone-chilling frigid start right through to the old man's confident wager, all wrapped up in the story of Detective James and the essential word mystery. Our whole goal here was to show how learning words in context through a narrative you can get into can make them truly stick. It's about empowering your vocabulary not just for, like, a test, but for everyday communication. For life. Absolutely. These words aren't just items on a list. They're tools. They let you express emotions precisely, describe atmospheres subtly, convey complex thoughts clearly. And we really hope this approach, seeing them in action, helps you not just understand them, but feel their weight, their impact, so you can build the confidence to actually use them yourself.
So the big question then is, what does this all mean for you? Think about it. Understanding the specific power packed into a simple word, especially when you see it used effectively in a story. How could that change not just how you talk, but how you see things, how you interpret the world around you? Maybe think about how these words, frigid, dismal, sinister, wager, how they might change the way you describe your own day tomorrow, or a news story you read, or even the next story you tell someone. How will you use these sharper tools now to talk about your world with maybe a bit more depth?